Hey guys, I'm Joshua Vidovic from Vidovicarts, and this month is a little different, a little special. It's actually an entire month dedicated to Orcs. That's right, it's Orktober this month. Before I get into the make of these, I would like to say that I do have a Patreon, and I could really use some support over there if you guys are interested in supporting me further on these videos. It's just a couple dollars a month, and it goes a long way into making these projects. Now this special month was actually decided by you, the viewers. I put a poll over on the community tab on YouTube, and you voted for Orktober, and the other option was Spooktober. And some of you said that it was a bit too spooky for your liking, so Orcs it is. And we've already started with that killer can, so I thought if I'm going to be making any more models related to orcs, we're going to need some actual orcs. So here we have it, orcs. Now first things first, these greenskins are wholly unique to my own design. They do have a little bit of Games Workshop's elements in it, but they are much more different, so you won't be able to pull it apart or use parts from this in your own models that already exist. So sorry if you wanted to do that, but I kind of wanted to make it my own special little army. And yeah, the first thing that you'll notice is these guys are big. They are chunky boys. They are really, really big and muscly. So if you compare them to other orcs, the first thing you'll notice is that. But they are really cool. And it's the first of our little Orktober event that we got going on. I would also like to add that I kind of want to work on a range of different orky things, and you're welcome to leave an idea in the comment section below. But these are the ones that I am hoping to get done by the end of October. So we've got looted tanks, we've got a flamer squad, which we're going to be using these orcs with, a speed freak car, which if you don't know what that is, I advise you go look it up, because it's basically really awesome drag racing Mad Max style cars, and when I saw them I really wanted to work on one. The heavy weapons squad, like the flash gits is what they're called, so they're the really big orcs that carry a bit too much ammunition, and a war boss. Now I've already got a killer can, so they kind of go hand in hand together with this army. But I would like some more ideas, so leave them in the comment section below and let me know what you think I should work on, along with all those other ideas. So, now I did a kind of a compound modeling in these. I modeled the actual orc in ZBrush, and all the armor and the guns and stuff I modeled in Maya. Now the actual video that I had for the ZBrush modeling kind of died, but I do have the modeling of the guns. So let's have a look at how these were modeled, and then we can get into painting them. So I started this paint job with the flat black matte paint, which I always use. People have actually asked me what I use as my base. It's just a flat black. You can get it from, it's one of the cheapest kind of cans that I can afford. Anything works as a base, as long as it's not too thick. And from there we went with the undercoat of the green, the War Boss green. I did that for all the arms and the exposed skin, and I decided that I didn't want all of them to have completely exposed skin, so I left some spots blank. And that made the impression that they were wearing really, really tight shirts, but it looks cool. Now when it comes to skin tones, you have to work up layer by layer and bring it out slowly. Because they're orcs, green is kind of the go-to color for these guys, and I actually wanted their skin to be a little lighter colored than what they would usually be. So the skin tone colors in order went from Warflesh to Warboss green to Moot green being the highest green color. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the result. The Moot green, you can definitely add way too much really easily, so if you decide to go with this kind of color scheme, yeah, don't add too much of it, because it will make them stand out really badly. But yeah, I'm happy with how they turned out. From there, we went on to the metallic colors, which is the bolt gun metal. I had been corrected in the previous video about this, but I'm still going to say bolt gun metal anyway. So I used the metallic colors to highlight the edges and scratch marks and scuff marks, but then I realized that I kind of wanted to have a overall color scheme that was based on the killer can that I worked on in the previous video, which was like that really nice rich red. So I went back and I went over those scratch marks and I added that red over the top. And then came back again later on and then added scratch marks again. So I kind of screwed up a little bit, but I fixed it later on. So for the pants and the leather straps, I pretty much just used the brown, but that's completely up to you. You could use any color that you want. It depends on what kind of color scheme you want to go for. And he's pretty much done. Like, the rest is just the little teeth and the eyes. And as always, I like to do my bases with that mixed compound of the plaster, paint, and sand. And yeah, it works really well. I'm really happy with how these guys turned out. They didn't take too long to paint. I think the first one took 40 minutes to paint him, and that was just because I was trying to work out what exactly I wanted to do. But the rest of them, they didn't take too long at all. Now, if I stop you right there just for 1 second, just to take your attention to this killer can. He looks a bit tiny, doesn't he? Now, I heard a lot of people saying that this is a baby killer can, and yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. I looked up a whole bunch of research images and stuff, and I just couldn't find images with killer cans standing next to orcs, so I kind of had to guess. But I have reworked it, and I've made him anew. I've made a brand new killer can, and you can see the scale here is quite different. Also, you can just throw this one away now, because this one has arms that can be rotated and the legs can be positioned and stuff. So he's all glued together right now. But you will be able to reposition the arms however you like. Is that cool? I think that's very cool. So I think I'll be working on some extra arms later on. And yeah, this is the fix for this little baby one. You guys are still more than welcome to print up this baby one. I'll keep it up on Thingiverse, but I'll also add this guy into the fold. Anyway, let's get back into the build of these orcs. Once I was happy with the red and the scratch marks and how the orcs actually looked, I decided to add a Nuln oil over all the metallic parts, just to make it look a little more wear and tear, a little greasy, a little dirty. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm deciding to do this with all my orc stuff, so I'm not going to mention it every time. Nuln oil, make it look really dirty. Now, I actually did do that to the killer can as well, just in case you're wondering how it looked so awesome. That is definitely what I used. Nuln oil. Use it. Now, I've modeled a bunch of these guys, so it's not just going to be the normal units that I have. I've actually given them all different little things. I've made them inverse and all that kind of stuff, just to make them a whole variety of different orcs that you can print out instead of the usual amount that I normally do. Now, I gotta say, I think my favorite one is this guy holding the sword and just screaming at the sky. He's just a really beautiful model. I really like the way he turned out. So that's that. Here they are, really awesome. I'm really happy with how they've turned out. They're just so gorgeously aggressive. So yeah, if you want to print these up for yourself, you can head over to Thingiverse. The link is in the description below, and feel free to, you know, print one up for yourselves, paint it up, and share it around. I'd love to see what people get up to with these models. Like I said before, I've got the Looted Tank, Flamer Squad, Speed Freak car, the Heavy Weapons Squad, and a War Boss. But if you want to leave a suggestion, you can leave it in the comment section below, and I will be reading all the comments, as I always do. Don't forget to like this video, and share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. A massive thanks for my patrons who supported me in the making of this video, and as always, to the rest of you, stay awesome. See you guys.